All right. Egypt took over the Suez Canal because Britain discontinued funds for the blank. All right, so it's Britain and the United States here, right? So Egypt took over the Suez Canal because Britain discontinued funds for the Aswan Dam. All right. Egypt always wanted to build a dam in the Nile, right? And it was called the Aswan Dam, and the United States, they were funding it, right? Now, the reason why Britain discontinued the funds was because Egypt at this point was going towards the Soviet Union, right? If you've been keeping up with this assessment, we're talking about the 1950s right here, 1956, the mid 1950s. Nazar, right? He wanted this pan Arab movement, right? So all Arabs under one leadership, which obviously was Nazar, the president of Egypt. Now, uh, Palestinians, right? They were gifted, we'll say, weapons, right, to engage in irregular warfare against Israel, right? So now you have terrorist acts in Israel's that's ultimately being funded by Egypt, right? Israel's government, they immediately build up defenses along the borders and they start aiming their guns towards Egypt, right? Now you have Egypt running to Britain and the United States. Hey, look, listen, um, Israel, Israel, they are preparing for warfare against us, right? The United States and Britain says, well, you're funding these terrorists or these local vigilantes to engage in terrorist acts against Israel. So why do that, right? So then eventually Egypt turns towards the Soviet Union, right? Remember, 1950s, there's a Cold War going on, right? You'll say, the spread of communism needed to be stopped from the United States perspective, right? And capitalism seems like just a system that only benefits the rich and not the whole nation as a whole. Um, from a communist perspective, there. So now here, right? Britain discontinues funds from this Aswan Dam, right? And that's kind of what Egypt always wanted, to have that dam. Um, so eventually, right, what happened was Egypt takes over the Suez Canal, right? So Britain, United States, they're not funding anymore the Aswan Dam in the Nile River, right? They're like, okay, well, the revenue that the colonial powers, which was Britain, the crown, was making off of the Suez Canal could be directed towards Egypt, and Egypt will direct those funds to finish in the Aswan Dam, right? And that's basically why Egypt took over the Suez Canal completely and cut off uh, this crown colonial power over it.